Hi, I'm Donna. This is Dylan.
And I'm Martin. And together, in 2020, we set out on our nomad plan.
And this is our vlog.
Let's see what we've got. He's not moving. Can you grab the phone? Yeah. So, what we gonna call this week's episode? You've got a monkey
Donna's
face.
got a monkey face.
Yeah.
Jolly green giant. I've got green all over me. I'm going to get stern with you, Martin. Not just the stern. I don't know. I'm not sure. Dylan gets stung by a wasp.
Donna gets down and dirty.
No. Well, I did, but you can't call it that.
No, so what are we going to call it? You do like your power tools.
You're cruel to me, Martin. You're cruel. Donna gets locked
Locked in the naughty room.
in the naughty room again. You did. You shut me in. I couldn't get out. I wanted to keep the dust in.
Yeah, it was practical.
Out and that was not funny, really. I couldn't get out until I'd finished. I finished now. I'm allowed out.
Yeah.
And I've still got to go back and clean it and do me paint me rust inhibitor all over the bits that I've been working on. So I've got to get back up there in a bit. But I'm allowed 5 minutes. Break.
We're in a dwell time at the moment whilst we're waiting for the kitchen. We don't really want to be standing outside because Alan's still working on the boat and he's got the engine open. So they're here for a couple of days, but once they leave we can get back on with the outside this end. But Donna's taken it upon herself to work at the stern, which is 60 feet away, 65 feet back. So that's what we've been doing, and we've just shot a thumbnail and we're trying to find a title for it. Well, you will have seen a thumbnail before you see this clip. we're trying to be funny, but everything's coming up a little bit too provocative, isn't it?
I'm very naughty. Yeah, this week's been a funny week. We haven't really achieved very much. We've done a bit of investigative work over by the bathroom, which has kind of caused us another dilemma because we want to steal a bit of space from the dining room wall bookshelf area. We've taken the seat up, and underneath all of that is the waste tank and the pump out toilet, and we've inquired as to, because it's quite big and heavy, we've inquired the implications of taking that out, and we've had some horror stories. It's a bit scary, but I think we're still going to go ahead and do it. We're just going to make sure we really prepare. Perhaps Martin explain to you a little bit more about it. But that's where we are. I've done a little bit more painting. Yeah, so the job board really hasn't changed this week. And yeah, I'm just getting on with little jobs, really, aren't we? Well, we're both doing little jobs. You've been at work.
Yeah. Anyway, I think we'll use this as the intro.
That might be a good idea.
What were you saying?
Don't forget I'm back here, will you?
I've got the kettle on now.
Oh, have you?
Right.
Yeah, I could be forgotten about and locked back here and...
No, get back in the naughty room.
Yeah, okay, I'm going. I'm going. You can come and watch me do some grinding with my wire. What do they call these? Wire brush.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get dust in the camera, so I don't want it to be too
Well, no,
close.
actually, there was green dust on the button on the top where you must have touched it with your finger.
Yeah, I must have pressed it with my finger.
I noticed that when I switched it off.
Yeah, so I'm aware I don't want.
And I think the dead cat needs to be on there as well.
Oh, I didn't kill it. I didn't. Wasn't me.
The dead cat is our fluffy microphone thing to stop wind, but it probably helped with keeping the dust
I
out.
don't think we got much wind in the boat at the moment. Not from me anyway.
Have you had any banana milkshakes today?
No.
I just sorted over there.
We're nearly out. We're nearly one out.
Yeah, I'm going into
looking
town.
after me, Martin.
I am, Donna.
Keeping me supplied enough with banana
Oh, we should have
milkshake.
videoed your fashion show last night. You can walk up and down the catwalk
No,
later.
nobody wants to see my
Yeah, your new outfits.
outfits.
Yeah. We should have.
You could actually make me a banana milkshake rather than a cup of coffee because it's warm.
Alright, I'll do that now.
I have a thing about banana milkshake.
Good timing. There you go.
Oh, thank you. That'll give me more energy. Ouch. They're nasty, those things. Yes, so just taking some of the rust around the edge of the door with this. Like so. Caught me again. I'm still in the naughty room. I'm just going to put some rust inhibitor on all the rust patches I've sanded back. So this is Oatrol, and the first thing after sanding back, I've smoothed it back as much as possible. I'm going to put the Oatron on over the rust bits, and then that has to be left to dry before we can put any, I think it's called red oxide paint on over the rust bits, and then we'll feather that in, and then that'll be ready then for its painting. It's the only job I've got to do today is just the rust inhibitor.
And then you need to have a shower.
And then I am going to go and have a shower and change.
Because you've been working too hard.
I'm a bit, yeah, a bit
And I'm going to
rusty.
go and get us something nice for dinner.
Yes, so Donna does cooking with a
Ready meal.
ready meal today.
I'll go to Marks and Sparks and get something.
Yeah, that might be nice.
Some nice bread. You can have, what do you
Yeah.
fancy?
You choose.
So yeah.
Oops.
God. He hasn't featured much this week, has he?
No. Oh dear.
What's he like?
Every time we try to do
They say this is 445 mil, well 450 mil deep, and that's the space we can recover back here. We move the bathroom wall back this direction. It's a big increase in the bathroom, and when we rejig the dinette, this is good under bench storage. Either one for myself and my camera equipment, and one for Donna and her sewing stuff, which both take up quite a bit of space, and it would be nice to have that room to do it. So yeah, this has got to come out, and we've been chatting to a couple of people, and it's a bit of a job, but we'll get it sorted in the next. Well, I think we'd like to get it done before the winter. So. So this is my walk to work. I help out in Lowsmore Marina for a couple of weeks anyway. So I walk from Douglas Marina up to Lowsmore along the canal. Yeah, good. What do you think of it?
It's alright.
Well, that's good as well.
I'd say it wasn't. So when you start the kitchen then?
Oh yeah, I ordered the kitchen on Thursday. It's coming 3rd of September.
Okay.
So I'm having it come in 2 different sets, two different bits. There's Stuart, the engineer,
Hello.
who's getting ready for everything.
Day paradise.
Stuart got me my number here. Anyway, there we are. This is my workstation, where we do the refueling, the pump out, change the gas over, the diesel, the water, give the boat a once over, and that's the first hire boat of the day coming in, and the sun shining on us, and this will be first moored up when we came here.
So today I'm going to make a burnt aubergine veggie chilli. It's not very often when you're cooking you can burn things, but today I can burn my aubergine. So I'm going to try this recipe. Now the recipe calls for 1 aubergine, which I've already prepared, but I will show you. It asks you to burn it. Now you could put it in your log burner and burn it in the log burner, but the other way they say is to put it on the gas ring and just let it sit there for a while and keep turning it occasionally until the skin burns. So that's all I've done, and it does actually burn up, and that gives it a slightly smoky flavour. Use a knife to just scrape it off like that. And we're getting there. It smells rather nice already actually. But I'll just cut this now and I'll come back to it when I've finished. The next stage is to sweat off some two diced carrots, finely diced carrots, and a finely diced red onion. So just heat some oil in a pan and sweat those off for about 10 to 15 minutes until the carrots are soft. It's absolutely fine. And chop the aubergine up. And then I'm going to put that straight into the pan with the carrots and onions. Stir that around. We're then going to add 100 grams of lentils that have been soaked. Just going to take that off the heat while I add everything. And then we're going to add the kidney beans. I've got a can of kidney beans there. 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. It's about that much. And we're going to add a tin of tomatoes, tin of chopped tomatoes. So, what else are we adding? So, it calls for chili powder or chili, so I've got a chopped chili there. And then in here I've got 2 teaspoons of oregano, 2 teaspoons of ground cumin, 2 teaspoons of paprika, and 1 each teaspoon of dried coriander and cinnamon, and that's going in as well. Give that all a mix round. And now I'm going to add 800 ml of vegetable stock, and I'm going to bring that to the boil. So I haven't actually got 800ml in there, that's only part of it. So I need to just top that up. There we go. And this is going to make enough for me to have a meal, and then I can freeze some for another day. But, oh yes, it does call for a little bit of dark chocolate. Now I don't have any dark chocolate, so an alternative is to add just a hint of sugar. So about half a teaspoon of sugar in there.
You've got some dirty milk in the fridge.
That's not dark chocolate, it's not the same.
Give it a yellow
And
light,
that's
is it
what
now?
they say with chilies. They often, when you're cooking a chili con carne, they often add dark chocolate.
Well, if you're not going to stick it in your food, I may as well have it now.
But you want well, you know, you can't have anything to eat now. You're going to need to eat this later. And I will serve this with rice, but you could have it with tortillas. I suppose you could have it with a jacket potato. We've now left this simmering for about an hour and a half with the lid on. I've taken the lid off now, and for the last 10-15 minutes while the rice is cooking, I'm going to just leave it off on simmer to let it thicken up slightly. It's looking very much like a chilli, it's smelling very nice, and just before I serve up I'm going to sprinkle in some coriander, and you could use a lime, but I've only got a lemon today, so I'm going to sprinkle some lemon in just towards the end, and then it'll be the taste test. And we're ready to plate up. There we go, one burnt aubergine and vegetable chilli.
Wow, it looks fantastic.
Give it a taste test. This is one of the reasons why we don't use this area for eating, because it's quite dark.
Sounds like the Addams family.
The table's squeaky, but we'd make the effort for you.
Doesn't taste too burnt to me.
Gives it a smoky. The aubergine gets burnt over the gas ring, and then you take the skin that you've burnt off, and it gives it a slightly smoky flavour.
Okay. Well, now we're cooking.
Do you like it? Good.
And that's our all they've planted up now. Looks nice, doesn't it? You good boy. Hi everyone. Right, so new developments in our vlog, I suppose. With some regrets, we have decided that it's better than trying to meet a schedule every week and put a video out on a Friday. I think because of the issues we've had this week, we're going to be content driven, so the videos will probably be less frequent to start with, certainly until we get out on the cut and start cruising. But it's been an odd week. We've had good weather, bad weather, one thing and another. It's made it tricky for us. In fact, we don't have any content for our stills this week. So apologies for that. And we're going to change the format slightly. So, do you want to talk?
Well, I just think that we can't always be doing work on the boat, and if that's what you've tuned in to see, we don't want to disappoint you. And yeah, it's it's just we want to give you the best viewing possible, and we don't want to just put content in just for the sake of it, but also we are, like Martin said, we are working alongside the weather, and we are getting jobs done. Yeah, and you've got yourself a job now, haven't you? So that takes up 3 days of your week.
Possibly. It's casual work, but it's fun with a good bunch of guys. It's on the weekends. It could be Friday, Saturday, Sunday or Monday, and mornings generally. Helping out with a hire boat operation, a fleet of boats, and up at Lowesmore Marina. So yeah, it's good fun, but it's a chunk of time. So yeah, there's several reasons why we've had to. The most important thing is that what we give you is what we believe is quality, and that's why we're doing what we're doing.
And we are enjoying it.
We love it. It's
yeah,
great
we
fun.
are enjoying it. We're having some good fun, and we're getting some really lovely positive feedback. So we want to continue to do it. Just, you know, we may well sort of end up doing this once a fortnight rather than every week. And we hope that, you know, that won't be too disappointing for you, and that you'll stick with us. And once we get a little bit more going on with the boat, then they might become a little bit more regular. With the kitchen, there'll be a lot of footage with the kitchen, but we want to show you good quality footage, so we don't want to put stuff in for the sake of it, just to give you content every week.
And the kitchen arrives on the 3rd of September, so yeah, we've got a couple of weeks before we'll start taking this one out, and yeah, you should get a flavour for what we're at. I still need to sort out the fridge and the freezer and the worktops and some bits and pieces. I don't know, moving electrics. Hey, it's going to be fun. We haven't seen a lot of Dylan this week, and he got stung.
It's upset him an awful lot. Absolutely, it's upset us a lot, because he's quite anxious now. His own tail touching himself makes him jump, and he starts getting so upset. And yesterday, he spent most of his day hiding under the bed. I mean, he was well. He wasn't, you know, there wasn't anything
He's
wrong.
got a little
because we
bee
made
sting
sure
up
we
there on
checked
his
him.
left front leg. We're not going to make a fuss of it today, because I'd rather let it. We were hoping by this morning he would have been back to his normal bouncy self. Well, he is most of the time.
He's much
He
better.
is
He's just
better.
a little bit anxious. And yesterday evening I took him out across the park to go for a walk. He had a quick wee and he ran back to the gate. He didn't want to be out there, and that is so unusual for Dylan. He loves being out, and he just wanted to come back, and we got back in and he went straight under the bed again. So it's really spooked him. Hopefully today he's feeling a little bit better, and we'll take him out for another walk and make some big fuss of him. And
Anyway, we hope you enjoy today's vlog, and thanks for viewing, and thanks for all the positive feedback that we get, and speak soon.
And as you can see, I've been allowed out of the naughty room. Until next time.
She was never really in the naughty room. We were struggling for a title.
Anyway, take care.
Say ta-ra, Dill. You say ta-ra? Yeah,
Don't go walkies.
Up there.
Oh yes, that's what we're gonna do now.
Yeah, he's perked up.
Oh.